Hey, welcome to Learning with Lou. Today I'm going to show you how to compare fractions with like denominators, compare fractions with like numerators, and how to use equivalent fractions in case you don't have any like numbers at all. When it comes to comparing fractions with like denominators, all you really have to do is just look at your numerators. You could think about it like a pizza. Let's say you have one pizza cut into 8 slices. Would it be more if you ate 7 out of the 8 slices, or would it be more if you ate 4 out of the 8 slices? And obviously, as you can see from this visual down here, 7 out of 8 is much more than 4 out of 8. So we open up our symbol towards the 7/8. We have the greater than symbol here because 7/8 is greater than 4/8. Before I move on, I think it would be a great idea for you to maybe just pause here and write this down. That way you have some notes with you to reference as you solve problems like this. Now, when it comes to comparing fractions that have like numerators, things change just a bit. You have to look at your denominators, but there's a very important thing to remember. Your smaller number denominator is actually the bigger fraction. Again, think about it like 2 pizzas. One of your pizza is cut up into 10 slices, and the other pizza that's the same size is cut into 6 slices. If you think about it, the more slices you have to cut a pizza into, the smaller each slice becomes. So if you have 10 slices, each of those slices is going to be pretty small compared to the pizza that's cut into only 6 slices. There's less people to share it with, so each slice is a little bit bigger. And you can see down here as well, we have 5/10 compared to 5/6. Each tenth is much smaller than each sixth, so we could tell that 5/10 is less than 5/6. We have the less than symbol right here to show that. Alright, so now it's your turn. Based on what I just showed you, I want you to pause here and see if you can compare these fractions correctly. And in a little bit, we'll go over it together. Okay, so here are the answers we have. 7/10 is less than 7/8. 5/8 is less than 6/8. 3/5 is greater than 3/7, and 2/4 is greater than 2/7. How about you leave a comment down below and tell me how you did? If you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to compare fractions that don't have like numerators or like denominators, don't worry, there's still something you could do to compare them. What you want to do for this is make your denominators the same. That way you can just compare your numerators. And if you're not sure how to make your denominators the same, I have the steps right here. What you want to do is find the lowest common denominator. So what you want to do first is list out your multiples for each denominator you have. So I have 6 and 8. So I listed out my multiples of 6 and my multiples of 8. Now that I have my multiples listed out, I have to look for the first number that appears in both lists, which it looks like 24. I have a 24 here for 6 and a 24 here for 8, and then those are the only two that match. So that's going to be my lowest common denominator. Now that I know what my lowest common denominator is, I have to change my denominators, that way I can compare them. And if you haven't already, I think it would be a great idea to just go check out my equivalent fractions video, because that will make this process make a little bit more sense to you. So I need to multiply my denominators so that they both can become 24. So I'll do 6 times 4, which is 24. And if you know about your equivalent fractions, we have to make this equivalent to 5/6. Whatever you multiplied your denominator by, you also have to multiply your numerator by. So I did 6 times 4, I'm going to do 5 times 4 to get 20 24ths. And now over here, I have to make this denominator 24. I'll do 8 times 3, and then I have to multiply by the same number, so I'm going to do 2 times 3, which gives me 6 24ths. And now that I have matching denominators, I'm able to go ahead and compare these. I could very quickly see that 20 24ths is greater than 6 24ths. I'm going to give you just a few more practice problems here, so I'm going to ask that you pause here and then compare the fractions, and when you unpause, I'm going to show the answers so you can see how you did. Okay, so now you can see how you did. I showed the correct comparison symbols that make the equations true, and then I showed the work as well, just to show you how I got there. Thank you so much for watching, and if you learned something from this video, please remember to just hit that like button, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see other topics as well, such as comparing fractions using the butterfly method, which is super quick. It shows you how to compare fractions in under 30 seconds. As always, if you like the resources that you see in this video, the notes, the visuals, and the practice problems, all of these are available for you to download at my website, and the link is in the description. Thank you again for watching, and remember to never stop learning.